Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today we are reacting to Internet Historian's Story Mode or Expleened channel video of Outlast. Ooh, I'm so excited to react to it because I want to try playing Outlast number 2. Because I do kind of remember Outlast 1. I remember watching a lot of gameplays of it, but I'm still a little spotty on the story and I want to get back into it. So I think this video would be a really good idea. If you like Outlast, remember to come check me out on Twitch this Saturday, 7 p.m. Chicago time, GMT 5 time. I am streaming with my friends Desiree and Dapper. You should definitely check out the video. It's going to be so much fun. Whenever I have friends over, it makes it so much better. And I love talking to you guys in the comments. So please, please, please come check it out and let's get into this video.
Welcome to Metal Gear Solid 2. It's nighttime. It's spooky.
Ooh.
And we're driving down a dirt road very slowly.
This is actually as fast as his car can go.
Now we play as Miles Upshaw.
He's a plucky
Do we actually see his face in the game? I don't remember ever actually seeing his face.
young journalist, 36 years old, and he works for BuzzFeed. And this is his one shot to keep his job/internship. So we're driving down the road as fast as we can in my mom's Prius. And we pull up to the front entrance
At the Mount Massive Asylum.
Asylum.
The reason Miles is here in the first place is he received a tip-off from an anonymous consultant at a company called the Murkoff Psychiatric Systems. Now, the Mount Massive Asylum was shut down.
So is Outlast 1 the only one that happens in like a modern time? Because my friend told me Outlast Trials happens like back in the early 1900s. And I don't remember when the second one takes place. So is this the one that only takes place during modern times? I know 2013 ain't so modern now, but you know what I'm talking about.
Down many moons ago. But recently, it was reopened by the Murkoff Corporation. So now, Miles's mission is clear.
He is going to get into this asylum, he is going to expose the hell out of it, and then he is going to be the last one out of there.
So he pulls out his camcorder and practices
that's what
getting in
Outlast
people's faces.
Oh, you want to make a comment? Oh.
That's totally what I'm going to say when I see someone. So Miles is creeping up to the front gate, which is already unlocked, and he heads in. And as he's walking up to the front door of the asylum, he can see a silhouette of someone looking at him through a window.
Oh my god. That's pretty spooky.
That is pretty spooky. But when he gets to the front door of the asylum itself, no good.
It's locked.
So what are we gonna do?
Listen, you gotta break into that asylum. You gotta get in there illegally and just start filming shit, right?
There might be food in there, Miles. Remember that stuff?
Alright, so we climb a bunch of scaffolding and we get in through a window. And we're starting to notice, like, blood on the floor. We're noticing all the shelves are tipped over and stuff. So he's wandering through the complex and he's looking in drawers and he's looking through files. And he comes across this one about Billy. Now, Billy was just some teenager, an innocent boy. And Murkoff took him for their experiments.
What are they
Whoa,
doing?
Mark. This Murkoff Corporation sounds pretty bad.
You know what? I'm also starting to suspect that bad company bad.
So Miles explores the building
Bad
and he
company
finds
bad.
something that I think might be illegal.
We go into the vending machine
see.
room, and there from a vent, blood is dripping out. That is a slipping hazard.
As a journalist, rather than moving anything with his upper body strength, Miles decides to climb through the vent like a rat.
Once he gets through the other side, we're wandering through the complex, and we go wandering through the labyrinthine bookshelves, and suddenly, it's a dude on a stick, and not in a good way.
And as Miles gets close to the body,
Not covered in chocolate.
oh my god, he's still alive! He reaches out to Miles and he says,
They killed us. It got out. The variant.
yeah? Go on.
What the hell's a variant?
So throughout the game, the enemies we're going to be coming up against are patients of the asylum, which are called variants, because they've been tested on, had all sorts of medical things done to them.
It's a very ominous name. I would have called them, like, the Dark Ones. All right, calm down.
The Animus. The kebab man finishes and he says, you can't fight them. You have to hide. And then he dies.
Oh, my God. That's very odd, says Miles, but at least he didn't say anything sexist or homophobic. So, Miles leaves the room. He's wandering through a corridor and he sees, some cabinetry. Let me walk between it.
But as Miles squeezes his way through the cabinetry,
Little pig.
some chud, using a fat-phobic dog whistle, picks up Miles and throws him through the glass window down into the lobby below.
How is he
Miles
not dead from that?
blacks out.
And not in the good way. Ad time. Story mode within a story mode. This time, it's Warframe. So Warframe is a big MMO that's been going on for the last 10 years. It's very popular. They are coming up with some new content. The Duveri Paradox. You play as a character called the Drifter. Let me tell you, he's a lone wolf, and he's been Warframed for a crime he didn't commit. He's been brought before the Mad King,
Dominus Thrax.
and he controls space and time and stuff in this area. Dominus Thrax is like, you have been accused of petty larceny.
You have so much
potential. I can do so much more with my life.
120 hours of community service. But the seedy drifter runs away from home, and the Mad King's like, I'm going after that son of a bitch. This isn't a cutscene, right? This is what the gameplay looks like. It's pretty good. So, you got to escape from the Da Vinci Paradox. And every time you run into these robots, they'll kill you.
And if you die in the game, you die in real life.
If you sign up using the code DUVERIVEHEC, it's in text, it's in the description, you can get the Braton Assault Rifle, 3 days of affinity, the credit booster.
Oh!
So the seedy drifter is there, and he takes a massive hit, and he enters the new world. Wait, who's that dude?
It's the Duveri Paradox.
So, Sandra, let me tell you, the action in this game is quite fast-paced. You have to have good reflexes. I mean, this game looks legitimately pretty good. Now, Sandra, that was story mode inside of story mode. Now it's time for ad time inside story mode inside story mode. Let me tell you a story about a game.
Rooted in the heart of America.
Developed for those who like America. Game for those who like paradoxes and friendship.
This is the story of the American spirit.
The Duveri Paradox. Sandra, it is on all platforms for free.
You mean PC?
Correct.
Xbox?
Correct.
PlayStation?
You know what, kid? Just for you, that's correct. But I haven't been playing Warframe for the last 10 years. How do I know what's going on? Can I just jump straight into the game?
Yes.
Together we can find this Duveri fella and help him get his mojo back. So go to the link in the description or use the code DUVERI-VAYHEK to get Warframe today. Get it now. Here it is, in the description. Well, there it is. Well, don't miss it. Ad over.
Some time passes. We don't know how long. But Miles wakes up and he finds a bald priest man looking over his body.
Oh, no.
Now, this man is called Father Martin.
So Miles then immediately sticks his microphone out for a comment from the priest.
And Father Martin says,
Miles, I've gone crazy, and I think you are an apostle sent by God, and it is your responsibility to witness everything that happens in this building. So I'm not gonna kill you. In fact, I hope you survive. Anyway, good night.
Miles blacks out again, and Father Martin is gone now.
And when he wakes up, he decides to do a press-up for the first time in his life. One. So, he has managed to do it. He has managed to expose the whole hospital. Wait till people hear about this.
But it won't be that easy. Miles goes to the front door, jiggles the handle, it's locked.
Where's a group of protesters when you need it? Alright, well, if the front door is locked with an electronic lock, then there should be a button to unlock it. And that button would be in the security room, so I need to go there.
Sounds like a plan.
So he's on his way to the security room, but he takes a quick detour into the archives, and he pulls out one of the files at random.
And that file is actually very special because it gives us 3 pieces of key information.
Number 1,
Project Walrider.
Number 2,
Dr. Rudolph Wernicke.
and number 3,
Chris Walker.
perfect. But Mr. Branson, what are those 3 things?
So, number 1, Project Walrider is this bad, evil experiment that involves something called the morphogenic engine. Now, secondly, Dr. Wernicke, he is the lead scientist on Project Walrider, but he's supposedly dead at this.
I do remember that, like, the final villain kind of took me out of the game, because I felt like thematically it was inconsistent with what we were given initially. So when we got to that very climax, and then it's like this weird, like, hovering dude, it was like, okay, what the fuck am I playing? Because it doesn't match what we've been dealing with for most of the game. And I think that's, like, the major flaw with this game, is the Walrider itself is, like, the worst part of the game, and that's what the game's supposed to be about, right?
This point. So I doubt he'll ever come up again.
And number 3, Chris Walker. Now, Chris Walker used to be an army fella, then he became security at Mount Massive Asylum. Now, Murkoff at one point decided, you know what, he'll make a good patient, so they forcibly took him in, and when he gets out, he is actually more crazy than ever.
In fact, now he's bonkers. And this crazy little character was the guy that just attacked Miles.
Oh, I don't remember getting all that backstory on him.
Oh, okay.
And he's able to expertly deduce that from this one document.
Cool. All right, what do we do now?
We make our way to the security room. So the security room's locked and we have to go down a hallway past a guy in a wheelchair, and we get the card and we walk back past the guy in the wheelchair. Hasn't moved at all, probably just lazy. Anyway, we get to the security room and let ourselves in with the key card. So he goes over to the console, and just as he's loading into the door opening system, we see on a security camera, Father Martin flicks a breaker, and the power goes out. Anyway, the backup power kicks in.
Who's just gonna get out?
Our security pass thing isn't going to work, so how do we get out now?
Well, what we're going to have to do is get down to the basement and restart the power.
And there's a bigger problem.
Why doesn't he just, like, break a window on the first floor? Or is there, like, bars on the first floor windows? Let me know.
Than just the power cut and him stuck. Chris Walker is now headed his way.
So we hide in one of the lockers, and we're giggling because it's reminding us, oh, he's not going to find me. Now Miles is in the locker, and the door gets kicked open.
1 second, it's hot in here. Oh boy.
So he has a look around, but he can't find Miles. He could be anywhere. So he turns around and walks away. All right, time to get down into the basement and do that power turning on thing. So I'm going to save you guys some time. Right, we go downstairs, we restart the power. Oh, no, I'm being chased. Oh, but then I survived.
No, wait a minute. Let's read these 17 documents about bullshit.
So we get the power back on. We get back to the security room.
Now we can finally open the front door.
Oh, here we go. The end of our adventure.
So right as Miles is about to press the button, he gets grabbed from behind.
And not in a good way.
It's Father Martin. He's got a big syringe, and he injects Miles with a sedative.
Oh.
But as Miles drifts off, Father Martin laments, and he says, I'm sorry, my son, but you cannot leave. There is so much yet for you to witness.
For example, I would like you to see this security tape.
Will you see it? Can you? Our Lord, the Walrider.
On the security tape, we can see 3 commando-type people, and they're all being taken out very easily by an invisible force. This is Project Walrider. Wow, this thing sure is powerful.
The only way out of this place is the truth. Accept the gospel, and all doors will open before you.
So Miles puts together in his little journalist mind that this Father Martin doesn't seem like a priest of God, but rather he worships the Walrider.
Oh, okay.
And Miles finally blacks out.
And not in the good way. So Miles wakes up. And now he is in an asylum cell.
And there's crosses and all sorts of writing written all over the walls in blood.
Oh my god.
Miles has really done it this time.
Channel.
We're in this padded cell, and someone opens the door. Thanks very much, says Miles. And he runs out. Now, he runs through the cell block. There's all sorts of dangers. There's all sorts of mental people in that. Grody. And then we run across 2 very interesting characters. A couple of twins.
I would like to kill him. As would I. The preacher asked us not to.
Oh my god, is that the Bogdanov twins?
I thought they died.
We then head down the stairs.
Miles goes through the prison block and he sees all sorts of variants All these patients at the asylum, they're all crazy. They're all messed up. Their skin's gone. Their faces are all messed up. There's some really bad stuff going on here, I think.
So Miles senses that the plot of the game is starting to slow down. He decides to take a quick shower break.
So Miles makes his way to the shower, and when he gets there, he sees a variant who's washing himself up. Miles says, "Hey buddy, there's a lot of filler in this game. Do you know how to speed things up?"
Absolutely, I can show you, Miles. But first, I've got a bad back, and I've dropped my soap on the ground.
God,
that's so dangerous. Don't you know someone could slip? Would you mind picking it up for me? So Miles goes to pick up the soaps off the ground. Look out, Miles! There's one underneath your foot. Oh no!
But Miles was too late. His foot goes down, and he goes sailing out of the room.
And as he's sailing across the prison, he is skipping huge, boring chunks of the game. He slides right into and explodes.
Oh, it's Chris Walker!
But we're still sliding. We're in the sewers now, and we're still going.
We got a serious lather going. So Miles is sliding, a note flies, it hits him in the face. It's from Father Martin.
Oh, what does it say?
Oh, apparently Project Wallrider, they think it's a god and the patients all like to worship it.
Also, there's another note. It's about Dr. Wernicke, and it says that he died at 90 years old.
But it seems like he's still been working at the asylum, even after he died.
Wow, what a mystery, says Miles.
This Project Wallrider seems like some serious business here. And finally, the soap starts to run out, Miles starts to slow down, and he's now at the end of the sewer tunnel.
So he hops off the soap.
Yes, and he's now in the male ward of the asylum. And Miles says to himself, okay, I can probably get back to the front entrance of the asylum if I just make my way through here.
So Miles is exploring the hospital ward, and he comes across some medical records.
And these records seem to be written by a guy called Rick Traeger. But all of his reports seem to be just not quite what a doctor would write. Talking about killing people and pulling out their organs and all sorts of just yucky stuff.
One says this person absolutely can't live without his kidneys.
And he also mentions that this whole Project Wallrider disaster is all being caused because of this Billy kid. You know, that kid we found out about earlier.
Billy the Kid.
I don't get that. Is that a reference to something?
No.
Oh my God.
So while he's looking through all this stuff, suddenly, Joom Joom, dump it, dump it, dump it. It's the Bogdanov twins.
And they're chasing Miles. He's got to get running.
So Miles is chased.
I don't remember the twins being in this game. There really are twins chasing you in this game? Or did they just make up the name?
Through the ward. He's chasing, he's running, he wishes he had that soap again.
And a bunch of variants are now joining in the chase. And as he runs, he gets to what seems like a sort of kitchenish area, but it's a dead end.
Oh.
He's going to be locked in. He's going to die!
Who's down there? You're not one of them, are you? Quick, get in the dumbwaiter if you want to live.
Ah, a way out. A dumbwaiter. And
I remember this part. What's coming next? That's like the real gruesome part,
Miles
right?
jumps inside.
Get in that dumbwaiter, Miles.
And it starts to go up as they're grabbing at him. And he gets away.
Oh, everything's gonna be okay from now on. I just gotta get up this dumbwaiter and I'm gonna make it to freedom.
Uh-oh. Ding! Waiting for Miles at the top is a skinless doctor-looking guy.
This must be Rick Traeger.
You're the right choice here, buddy.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Now Traeger recognizes
him
Miles
out.
as Father Martin's witness.
Hey, you're that bullshit priest's guy, aren't you?
Huh?
His witness or whatever. You must be exhausted. Well, let's take a break, huh, buddy? The old 2-martini lunch? Have a little confound.
And so he
He has like such a friendly demeanor that it's so off-putting with his actual image.
grabs Miles and he straps him to a wheelchair.
Oh no.
And he takes him away to be experimented on.
Alright, so Traeger is now wheeling Miles through the hall. And as he's being wheeled through, Miles can see all sorts of butchered people. You know what? I don't think this guy's a real doctor.
Well, for an amateur, he sure knows his way around my prostate.
Dr. Traeger then wheels Miles into a surgery room. And he is well strapped down, right? And then Dr. Traeger then takes out some scissors.
Oh, no.
So Miles is there going, rock, rock. But his hands are stuck in the paper position.
No!
So Dr. Traeger cuts right through him with his scissors.
Which we can't show because it'll get demonetized. So here is an artist rendition in MS Paint.
Believe.
And there's blood everywhere. It's a bad situation, I'm going to be honest. It does make you wince a little.
Miles thinks, I don't think I can do top 10 lists anymore. Now I can only do top 8.
Anyway, Traeger says BRB and he leaves.
So now Miles has to reassess. His plan is still he needs to get out of here.
Right.
But he's 2 digits shorter. So first step, break these cuffs. And that's when Miles suddenly realizes, wait a minute, these restraints are actually way bigger than my arms. So he just slips right on out of them. Miles gets up, has a little bit of a vommy, and then picks up his camera. That's all he needs. Now he's getting out of here.
But Traeger's still in the hallway. We have to be super stealthy and kind of sneak around. So we're sneaking through the rooms. Oh, there's a man and he's calling out to us. We walk over to him while still keeping an eye out for Mr. Traeger. And then it's good. That's Dr. Traeger to you or something.
Is that a joke?
I don't know.
I'm not a patient. I'm an executive. Just like him. Like Traeger.
He's not a real doctor. All us executives got admitted here as patients and have been experimented on. We're going crazy, Miles.
So Miles is looking for a route in which to escape. He finds a key, and this key is...
The imagery is so off-putting. It makes you so uncomfortable. They did such a good job at the character designs, because everything just makes you feel sick. And that's what you want in a horror game. You want to feel uncomfortable.
To the elevator in which he came in, remember from before.
When Traeger brought him, bang, that's my ticket out of here. So he makes his way towards it, but Traeger's here.
Not with the scissors.
I'm coming.
So Traeger's coming for him now, and Miles is running, and he finally gets to the elevator. He turns the key, and God, he's safe.
Hooray.
But as the elevator starts to go down,
Oh my God,
no.
it's Traeger again.
Traeger is pulling the door to the lift open, and he lunges at Miles. But Miles manages to beat him off.
And not in the good way.
But Traeger isn't giving up.
Traeger is there and he's lunging at him. I'm going to get you. I've got an even bigger pair of scissors in the other room. And he's swiping at him, but he is caught in the elevator.
Oh, the crunchy noise. The crunching.
Traeger drops his scissors.
Being a doctor sure has its ups and downs.
Miles respectfully closes Traeger's eyes. You're at peace now, fella.
And Miles, the little trickster that he is, makes note to himself. And he says, how to make Traeger juice. Step 1, squeeze.
Okay. All right, Miles goes up through the hatch in the elevator, and then he goes through the shaft onto another floor. And
look, at this point, we started to lose a lot of general direction of what we're doing here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit the fast forward button.
Oh, cool. See, don't you wish you could do that in the game sometimes?
And is that Father Martin in the distance?
oh, pause here. This is a good bit.
So we run up to Father Martin, and he explains to us that he has a key to an elevator that'll get us back to the main lobby or something.
Miles goes, really? You're going to give me the key to the elevator and let me leave?
Yes, my son, but only if you can catch me. And then Father Martin goes sliding off into the distance. Now that's the sort of speed you can only get if you're sliding on soap.
Ah, fuck it, says Miles, and he puts on some, like, Japanese sandals that are made of soap bars.
Oh my
God. And he goes,
God.
if you want a chase scene, you get it. And off he goes. We slide past the kitchen. Whoops, there's a fire.
We slide through the courtyard outside. It seems like the wall rider's out here, but Miles just goes right past it.
We slide past a bloody fountain full of corpses. We slide past a whole bunch of other stuff that just doesn't matter.
It seems like Murkoff is doing some shady things here with the Project Wall Rider.
We slide all the way past the admin block. We see on the way there's look, the Asylum Chapel. Is that Dr. Martin crucifying himself? Looks like
Why
it.
did
Anyway,
he
who
crucify
cares? Says Miles
himself?
as he's still sliding. He then goes, that's it.
Is that really how he dies in the game? I don't even remember that part. He crucifies himself? Dang. Dude, it really is crazy.
It's the elevator. The elevator that takes me to freedom. I'm going. And he jumps in the elevator and he nails the landing. And he goes, we're going to go down. We're going to go down to freedom, down to the lobby.
So the elevator takes Miles down back to the lobby. But, the doors aren't opening. In fact, it just keeps going down.
How far down does this elevator possibly go?
Probably just long enough for us to do a quick recap on what's going on.
So, Miles
watching the movie the whole time.
Reporter. He's saving up for the deposit to rent a one-bedroom apartment.
In the Big Apple, baby. He received an anonymous tip about some nefarious activities at Mount Massive Asylum. So he went to go check it out. He broke in illegally. Then he got attacked and stuck in the place that's locked down. We met a priest who made it his mission to keep us there because he wanted us to witness all the scary things going on.
Which is pretty much kidnapping. And then we ran into a couple of hot twins. Then we ran into a doctor who gave us a prescription for
cheaper gloves.
And then we made some Traeger juice XD. And I tell you what, the most special thing I learned of all is about this thing called Wall Rider. Wall Rider is the big project that Murkoff Group is trying to keep quiet here at Mount Massive Asylum.
It's obviously powerful enough to warrant all this stuff they've been doing here. And it looks like we're at the bottom. So Miles journalistically leaves the elevator, and as he explores his surroundings, he finds that he is now in a secret underground laboratory. Oh, God, there's Traeger juice everywhere. At this point, it seems like he's got all the evidence he needs. But he keeps looking around because he's got to try and find a way out of here.
And through a window, he can see a giant hangar door. Finally, the outside. Miles goes running towards it. He goes sprinting down the hallway at the speed of science. Help me, Neil deGrasse Tyson. And he gets to the door, but...
Oh no, not this guy again.
Walker, he's back! And he grabs Miles and he throws him away. But suddenly, Chris stops and he gets picked up in the air and thrown around. And Miles falls to the ground, and in his panic, he accidentally hits the night vision on his camera. And in the night vision, we can see
the Wall Rider.
The Wall Rider. And it sort of looks like a cloud of black smoke.
So Chris Walker then gets essentially pulled into a vent, but that still has the grating on it. How to make Walker juice.
Shut up.
Step 1. Use a spooky ghost.
Fucking sucks, man.
So, Miles continues through the facility, and he can hear someone calling out to him.
Over here, please. I must try to explain.
He follows the voice into an office. But the office is surrounded by glass, right? And there's blood splattered all over the exterior. There's a man in a wheelchair, and he spins around. Uh-oh, it's stuck on spin.
Something just about people in wheelchairs is just funny.
No, don't say that.
Keep that in.
Don't say that.
I am supposed to be dead.
But I wasn't really paying attention, so I don't know who that is.
Now, this is Dr. Wernicke, and he's the guy that did all the morphogenic engine experiments.
Oh.
He wrote a lot of the notes that we skipped.
Okay, so it's time for the grand reveal.
Wernicke looks down on his phone to double-check the Outlast wiki. He looks back up and he explains to Miles,
I bet you're wondering what Project Wall Rider is. Well, it's nanomachines. Remember that ghost from 20 seconds ago? Yes, that is a swarm of nanomachines, Miles, up shore.
So that Wall Rider cloud is just a bunch of nanorobots.
It's a bunch of nanomachines.
That is so much less scary than like a spooky ghost. That sucks.
The current Wall Rider.
See, I remember, like, because the whole reason why I'm watching this is because I forgot a lot of it. But I do remember that the reveal of the final villain, the Wall Rider, was like the worst part of this game. It ruins everything. They did such a good job with their world building, with their designs, building up the suspense, and then all of it to be like some stupid ass robot. Like, what? What were they thinking?
Is being controlled by Billy. Remember, Miles? Billy Outlast from the first document you read.
And Miles is like, but how is Billy controlling them?
The morphogenic engine lets him control them, Miles. Usually, it just makes the patient go crazy, hence the variance. But Billy was able to retain his sanity.
What a fantastic summary, says Miles. What is the morphogenic engine?
You must kill Billy, Miles. It is the only way we'll survive this and get out of here. Miles, you go on ahead. I'm happy to be out last.
You have to stop him to murder Billy. Turn off his life support, his anesthesia. You have to undo what I've done. No one can get out of this place while he lives. You must kill him.
All right, Dr. Wernicke, I'll go kill this mentally ill child.
God bless you, Miles. You're the greatest hero this country's ever seen.
So, Miles heads off to find and kill this Billy customer.
Miles enters a very large room that is filled with morphogenic engine stuff. And on the ground is a set of round fishbowl tanks in front of a television screen. Oh no, what's on the television, Mr. Branson?
Gone Home Long Play, 100%.
So Miles is there standing in front of one of the tanks, and you can see, is that Billy?
It looks like him. He's in a weird turkey position. So Miles continues on. He's running into all these big rooms with these big mechanical contraptions, and he's just pulling out wires. He's gonna kill this Billy kid if it's the last thing he does.
But you gotta do it.
And the whole time he's doing this, the Wall Rider itself is chasing Miles, trying to stop him. It is so spooky.
So we race over to Billy to see if unplugging all of his life support did cause him to die. Yup, he's dying.
Oh, it's filling up with blood. Oh, it's Billy juice. Oh, Billy, I'm so sorry.
I should probably leave, says Miles after he's caused untold damage.
But as he goes to leave and Billy dies, all of a sudden the Wall Rider appears. It picks up Miles and it's throwing him around. Miles is screaming, he's crying, he's in so much pain. But instead of killing him, the Wall Rider slips into Miles' body.
Sir, and not in the good way?
Good job, Mark.
Oh, he minds a lot.
Miles gets up. Alright, this is it. This is the final part of the game. Miles is gonna make it out of this building. So he's limping towards the exit. But then
the doors open, and it's Wernicke. He's surrounded by a group of Murkoff security team.
Miles
See, this annoyed me too. I'm remembering this now. This annoyed the fuck out of me.
Now. When the world sees what's on this camera, you're gonna lose your PayPal account. You're gonna get banned on Twitter. You're gonna get Facebook.
Then suddenly, they open fire.
Which is ironic considering Miles' stance on gun control.
And Miles fades away. And Wernicke says, Gott in Himmel, he's been possessed by the Wall Rider.
You have become the host.
The host, not the host. Oh my god. I love it.
And that is the end of the game. That's it. That's Outlast. You'll learn more in the DLC.
We'll cover that in the Metal Gear Solid 2 video. We'll see you there.
What? Wait, they're really not going to go over Whistleblower?
Outlast is genius, and here's why, ?
Miles approached this completely the wrong way. I would have trawled through Grindr to find a senior management member of Murkoff. Go out for some drinks.
Yeah.
You know, see what happens. All of a sudden...
I've been hearing all this stuff about Wall Rider.
What is Project Wall Rider? Oh,
you're not filming, are you?
It's in night vision. He's like, no. Tell me more about this Wall Rider. Well, here's the thing. I promise you're not going to tell anyone.
And then, I was taken out of context. Who made all the nanomachines?
They never explained
that.
A bunch
of very small factories.
Oh my god, really? We had nothing.
You know what would make this game a lot better?
Yes.
If it was a bit slower paced. If it was set perhaps in a house and he could piece together the story of Murkoff Corporation. Because that way the scope's a bit smaller.
Yeah, that'd be good. And we just go from like room to room, kind of absorbing the atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then we go over to a family portrait, and there's Dr. Wernicke, there's Traeger, there's me.
And I guess as we go on, we find out about the Wall Rider.
Mm.
And it turns out that the Wall Rider is a lesbian.
What? Okay, that was a nice little review, because I did need a clear overview of what happened in the first game. Because I've been playing Outlast Trials, and I've really been enjoying it. We played it last night. It was a little bit too much for me. But I still enjoyed it. And yeah, I kind of want to play Outlast 2 now that I remember what Outlast 1 was about. Let me know if that's something you would like to see on stream. And if you have any comments or suggestions, let me know. And yeah, see you guys later.